Joe, slow start for you guys again. When did you guys get a sense that things were kind of turning for you?
Yeah, definitely not the start we had hoped for, but just had to dig down deep, try to get stops, finish possessions, and start moving the ball better offensively. I think we had too many, no pass or one pass possessions where you're just kind of forcing up shots and turning the ball over. So once we started moving it, we started playing better.
Of course, there's a contract situation everyone's focused on for you. Was today like a good game for your confidence, just knowing how you plan to move forward?
Yeah, I just try to come out and play aggressive. That's really it. Just hunt for my shots, try to get downhill, finish around the rim, and just show what I can do defensively too. Just trying to be, athletic. I think there was multiple times in transition where they had like a 2-on-1, and I was able to get stops being back there. So I think just showcasing that too helps, and it's just more than shooting. I feel like that I provide for the team. So just trying to showcase all that.
How different is the philosophy of what you guys are being asked as a group? Because I know you played under the Nick Nurse tree last year, and now this is a whole different vision.
Yeah, it's completely different. Darko came in and has been like running practices, which has been great. The whole coaching staff's here, so just learning the new terminology, their philosophies defensively, how we want to rotate. If there's a drive and someone gets beat, how do we rotate on the backside? Just different things like that, which has been a lot of fun to just try to learn and play with that.
Would you say it's a less aggressive scheme than last year? Like, how would you kind of put them against each other?
It's just different. Obviously, he's been preaching like protect the paint first, take away corner threes next, and then late contests, above the quadrant threes. So it's just figuring out those rotations. Like I said, when someone gets beat, how are you rotating on the backside? And another key is transition. Obviously, a lot of these teams are athletic and trying to get out and run. So how are we able to get back and get our defense set? So it's been fun to just kind of learn those new schemes.
I think you had 4 blocks today. Has that been a part of your game? Is Koloko giving you tips?
No, like I said, I just try to be athletic, just kind of wall up, and then a few opportunities to block some shots there.
Hey Joe, we saw in yesterday's game you didn't play a lot, but this game you come in and play all the minutes really. How much is that important in terms of managing expectations as a professional?
Yeah, I mean, that was the plan. They talked to me before the game, just with the back-to-back. They wanted to play Grady heavy minutes yesterday and then me heavy minutes today. So we could both kind of get into a rhythm, because as a shooter, it's sometimes tough when you're only playing spot minutes. It's good to get out there and play consecutive minutes and, get a rhythm out there. So I appreciate them being honest about it yesterday, about how they want to do it. And like you said, it's just being a pro. Like whatever the coaches ask, that's what you do, and you do it to the best of your ability. So when my number was called today, I just tried to go out there and be aggressive.
And I want to ask, just playing in this like unique format in overtime, first till 7. What did it feel like as a player being in that kind of environment?
Well, I'd played in it in the G League this past season. Right. I played some games in there, obviously, so I was used to it. I kind of like it. It just brings intensity to each possession, because they're all so valuable.
No Grady, no Marquise. Was that just a rest thing, or?
Yeah, it was just an organizational, all tied together decision. Giving them a day on the back-to-back, sort of thing. But what I just told our group is like those guys, Christian, our whole team spirit, everybody was invested in the game, which is awesome to see. It's easy to come to summer league and kind of get lost, especially when you're not playing, guys that aren't in the rotation. But everybody was invested. Obviously, a tough one to swallow.
Obviously, another slow start, but things got together. Was it more on the defensive side of the ball that you guys kind of found your identity, or what changed?
Yeah, a little bit of our defense. As you can probably tell right now, our defense needs to kind of fuel our offense, right? Not shooting the ball great here in summer league. We've had some good process type of plays where we've gotten good shots. The ball just hasn't gone down. So we're trying to find that balance but it needs to be our defense fueling our offense. After that sluggish and slow start again, we kind of found our way. But it just shows the character of all 18 of these guys, man. I told them, I know how bad they want to win, how bad it hurts. They're, yesterday, come back today. We could have easily let go of the rope today, especially early the way it started without a couple guys. But we competed right from the tip, man. It was, I would have loved for us to get it for the group of guys in that locker room. But it's going to help them in their career, down the road. Whether that's this weekend when we play again, or wherever they are next.
I know Joe was under some pressure. He's got his contract situation coming up. Your impressions of how he performed out there today?
Great. Ultra aggressive. I talked to him from day one, talked to him before we came out here at Summer League. We know who he is. We know what he does. He knows that. Ultra aggressive. 10 in a row makes, so the next 10. 10 in a row misses, to the next. And I think they're switching a little bit early, obviously with DJ Hogue at the 5. That kind of spread them out a little bit, allowed us to play a little more free-flowing offensively. I thought Mo B really made an adjustment in the second half of how they were playing, stuff trying to get below, trying to cause some indecision. But there was growth, and obviously we didn't get the result that we wanted. It was a step in the right direction, which we wanted to see it organizationally, and hopefully we'll take another step this weekend.
You mentioned your message to the team. We know that Summer League isn't measured in wins and losses. It's more about player development. So what do you say to this group, and what's the message from, of course, above you about how you guys have done here at Summer League?
It all matters. It all matters. Everything you do. We talked about it before the game. We've talked about them, everything they're doing. They're not just being evaluated, right, what they're doing on the court, how they're acting. They're being seen across hotels, all that stuff. Their character, all of it's being evaluated. So I think we've made all of our guys have been into it. It's easy for us to say to come to Summer League, do this, do that, but their DNA really showed through today. Sorry about that. Of who they are as people, who they are as players, and that's what gave us the chance to really just hang around and have a chance to win at the end.
Ron Harper Jr., just kind of can you speak to his tournament as a whole, where he started and kind of the evolution of his game throughout these last 4 games?
Yeah, I think Ron has really been invested into what we are doing as a group. You maybe want to call him a Summer League vet in relation to our team, but really just kind of asking questions why, when, how, and then communicating with his teammates, right? And I think it's a big thing in our league. It doesn't always need to be a coach saying, hey, do this, do that. He's leading that charge of, hey, this is what we want, this is how we want to play on both ends of the floor. Mistakes are part of the game, but I think we're making less mistakes, and I think we're also playing through mistakes, where earlier I thought the first couple games we'd make a mistake, it might turn into 3 or 4 mistakes. We're kind of shrinking that down, and that's what's giving us a chance to hang around some of these games.
And then with Marquise and Grady, will those guys be available for the next game?
To my knowledge, I'm really unsure, but it was just a really day-by-day thing for them. So they got their rest today. They got it worked out this morning, so they're staying ready. And that's the thing, the message that Darko is really clear to all of us is like, we're seeing this all the way through. 0-4, 4-0, whatever it is, we're going to play it all the way through, because as we talked about a couple minutes ago, it all matters to their careers. It matters to our organization.
Coach, real quickly, what do you think of the overtime format, 1st to 7? What's it like as a coach going through that?
Yeah, it's different for sure. You got 1 timeout, 1 foul to give. I was talking with Jama during the game. It's just like, okay, so if we need a 2 or 3 to win, do you use your timeout to get that shot that you want? So for us as coaches, it's different, but it has obviously the entertainment part of it right away. First, 98 there at the end. Unfortunately, we came up a little short, but it's like for all of us, it's learning, it's growing with the game. Obviously, it's a cool thing that we're trying out here at Summer League, and we'll see if it sticks or not. We'll adjust if need be.